I just let a mean one rip. Alright. We're back. I'm back. This is my goddamn channel. Blight has released the new patch on Dead by Daylight, new killer, new survivor. I've lowered the volume to 40 out of 100. The last time I did it with Oppressive Face, it was at 60 out of 100 because I noticed when real gameplay happened and a chase was ensuing, you couldn't really hear me. So I'm trying it at 40 out of 100 now. Maybe that's too low, maybe that's still too high. We'll see in post. Objective's pretty simple. Whenever a new killer comes out, first thing I want to do with them is get the Adept. So we're running his 3 perks. He himself is interesting. So to go over his 3 perks real quick, 2 of them are hexes, one's regular. This hex blood favor. You hit someone, pallets around you, 60 meters are blocked for a couple seconds, it's on a cooldown. Dragon's Grip, you kick a generator for 30 seconds, it's marked, someone touches it, they yell, and they're one-shottable for 60 seconds, also has a cooldown. And then the last one's interesting. Hex Undying. If they're around your totem, their aura is revealed, and whenever they break a hex totem, it gets put onto another dull totem. As far as I understand. It's interesting. What's not so interesting is the killer. He is essentially just a pinball machine. That's what he's been labeled as by the community. We're very quick to name things, and that's how he plays. You slam your face into objects. After you have a rush. After you rush and slam your face into something, then he unlocks his Hazel pick, to which he can then strike someone with very limited angling on that strike. But he's extremely fast, and he gets his stuff back pretty quick. His power. You can only use it when you're full on charges. It's one of those. By default, he has 5 charges. You'll see in the gameplay. I have done 2 matches with him thus far. Second match, I almost got the MERCILESS. Except the last person alive had Object of Obsession, and they teabagged while they were sitting on the hatch. If I got him, I would have had the Adept, and this video wouldn't have been made. So who knows, maybe I'll get this first try. From what I saw in the PTB, he looked very hard to play. Apparently the PTB version was an outdated one of the devs said. So now we're in launch, and the killer is as intended. He plays a lot better. He's very interesting. Kind of hard to control, but it's a lot of fun. That's what matters. He doesn't really have much benefit at loops. So against the experienced people, he won't be doing that good, but what he's very good at is traversal and catching you in the open when you're not at a loop. He also has 6 fingers. That needed to be pointed out. I think I heard a bird. I think I heard a bird behind me. But it could have just been me. This map isn't new. It's just on new graphics. This is the Oni's map. Nothing. I'm gonna go to the other side of the map now. Didn't hit that tree somehow. You can see where he gets the pinball name from, right? Sprint burst. Ah! That's Hex Undying working, so that pallet isn't available now. He can't use it. Yeah. That Hex is really nasty, man. And it works perfectly in tandem with his power, because he's not that good at loops, so if he gets rid of a pallet at a loop, they have to run somewhere else. Synergy. Got one done across the map. Generators are on new graphics as well, some new special effects and everything. Whoa, FPS Russia. Ooh, that looks pretty. Saw someone go to my right. So as you can see, they broke a hex, but both totems are still there. Tried to hit something, but it didn't work. I'm just gonna go hook Meg. Normally when someone does something like that, what the flip? You'll have to slam that. Like I said, you'll have to slam that. That's his power right there. Getting some value out of it. Mega. Didn't matter. Don't know why this girl stood here. She's letting me get a lot of pressure that I shouldn't be having right now. Who's Hades? Ace, okay. Ace got up. Didn't roll to the pallet. Alright. I got a lot of good stability right there, because they played that very poorly. I love when people do that. Because that's all that happens. No point using the power here. Get a hit, go back to Meg. There's Ace. Alright, looks like we'll be trading. They can get that Mega. Man, they are effing this up. Did she not get her up? She didn't get her up. Man, this match is turning sour for them very quickly. So what they did there, what has been the near game-losing play there was when the second Meg appeared and started to act very weird regarding trying to get a hook save and stuff. She's bordered on through the match doing that. Could have had Dead Hard, don't care. I could end the match, but I need to get Merciless. I really hope this isn't the game, but it's kind of looking like it's on track to be it. However, if it is, I'll play a couple more matches, because I want to have fun. I haven't even really been using his power, right? Yeah, let's get some value here. Whoa. Alright, that was a piss poor attempt at using his power. I don't even see her. Regarding the Blight himself, he is a standard issue 115 speed killer. I don't think he's tall though, I think his height's average. So Corn Vision might hurt him a lot. Actually, not even might, it does. Second match I played was on Rotten Fields, Zone with the Object of Obsession. It is very, very tough to hit people with Corn Vision while he's moving incredibly fast. I don't know, excuse me, the math of his movement speed with his power, but it's extremely quick. Can't see. I thought he was sitting in that corner to my right, that's why I swung. He looped the wrong direction. Did a little fake out, make him not so confident. This is a very weak loop. Interesting. I'm pretty sure he tried to vault it, but it didn't happen because there's been a lot of weird input errors going on in the game lately. So I'm almost positive he didn't mean to just stand there. Which gen did they do? One behind me? I haven't really been paying attention this match. Everything's kind of been on autopilot. Some poor FPS there. I'm gonna mark this. Actually, I can't because it's on cooldown. She ran back up. That is not the pallet you want to sit on. Kinda disappointed in this match because didn't get much usage of his power at all. It's gonna be very evident. Maps that have a lot of foliage, stuff to where he can't see, reeds, tall grass because he's short, core and vision, they're going to hurt him a lot on his power usage. Kind of gliding off of these things a lot. No idea where Cheryl Mason could be here. I think that's the last person, right? Renegade Hot Dog? Yeah, it is Cheryl. I wonder why he has 6 fingers. Look at that. It's very uncanny. Alright. Tried to swing, didn't get it out in time. Could have hit her there. Could have hit her there. Think if I angled it just a tiny bit more, would have hit her. I don't think that was an impossible spot right there. Interesting attempt at stealthing it. I want to use the power. Can I jump over these? Oh, I tried to. I tried to do something really funny there and it didn't work. I'm trying to get around that thing, but it ain't happening. As you can see, your angle of attack is not that good when he actually can swing. He did just come out today, so there's a lot of learning to be out of it. This is the Killer Shack. I didn't realize where she was running. Yeah, this is what the Killer Shack looks like on this map. Oh, she didn't try to mind game that at all. That was just me not lunging. I'm trying to do something with this power and it's not working. Oh, nice. She didn't go to the pallet. I know you're probably cringing your behind off looking at this play. I don't really know what I'm trying to do here. Let me see the hitbox on this. So he can glide off of walls, huh? Okay. Interesting. There's going to be a lot of learning to this dude. Here's Meg. She healed. Wasted her sprint burst by falling down. A big thing that happens when a new killer comes out is a lot of people's performance gets very poor because they try to use the power when they shouldn't, quite simply. Like, think of when Deathslinger came out. Everyone was basically trying to play him like this was Call of Duty, shooting at every opportunity given. And that is how you lose, because when you shoot that much, you're bound to miss a bunch, and a missed shot with Deathslinger is extremely painful. Same thing will happen with this dude. People are already writing him off as just a complete trash killer, especially for console, because console... I think I saw a bird fly over there. Because console controls very differently towards PC. Remember, this game is computer first, console second. I cannot rush through this, that is too tight of a space. I don't think that's fair. This happens with any game that gets new characters and who are very important to the shift in meta and such. I refer to games like For Honor. Whenever a new hero came out in For Honor, Jesus, people would immediately dismiss them or write them off as broken, busted, OP, whatever the heck. That's just the nature of players on these games. I think with this dude, it'll take some time, but people will see that he fits into a niche. A very, 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 very specific role in this game. And I think he does it well. Granted, there are going to be some maps where this dude is bordering on useless. As you can see, that's the limited angle of attack. It's pretty easy to fake spin him. She messed up. What's it called? Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, he fits into a very specific role that I don't think many killers in this game do well, and that's the distance game. You know, when they're out of a loop, when they have to run to something else. That's where he succeeds in. I think before him, the killer that used to do good at this would be Clown, or was Clown, in the sense that he was anti-loop, but also he could use it to stop you from getting somewhere. Granted, you know, he's close enough to permit that, because a lot of oftentimes what happens is by the time Clown is done breaking a pallet or something, after he hits you, whatever happens, and in the intermission of you running to another loop, he can try to throw his bottle to then stop you from reaching something else in time. Well, there's my Adept. I'm very disappointed that that's the match that I get the Adept, because not a lot happened in that match, but that's just life. I'll keep playing them. Let's see. Yep, standard issue stuff. Okay. I might even play with history perks for just a little bit more. What was I saying? Yeah, Clown's issue, though, is that he didn't have much control. You know, he throws the bottle, he tells you he's throwing the bottle with his... You see the bottle coming, you can dodge it out the way, and then Clown himself is a basic 115. If you get hit by the gas, you get slowed down, so what, like, you get hindered by 15% or something, so he gains a lot of distance if you do get hit by that bottle, but chances are you can avoid it if you're going to another spot. This dude, it's similar but different. Similar in the sense that you're not completely helpless when you're going towards another loop. However, he himself doesn't slow down, he speeds up. He gets ridiculously fast, and your only saving grace is his angle. Because as you saw with that Cheryl at the exit gate, he has a very limited angle of attack once he actually gets very close to you, so it's very easy to spin him. I think the way you need to attack with him is you have to rev up your swing very, very early, whereas normally you can, you know, get up to them, you have full range of motion when you're lunging. With this dude, you don't when you're in your rush. So you need to prep it from a distance and then release. So that way you can account for them moving either to the left or the right, and that way they can't spin you. Think of it like trying to get to a distance to where you can wiggle left and right in like a 180 degree in front of you, you know? So that's where I think this dude fits in. And I hope that as time comes out, we see people that are going to do some really good stuff with him. Because that is one of the beautiful things of this game. The people who main certain killers, the Demogorgon mains, the Deathslinger mains, the Huntress mains. There's people that play most killers and do them well, but then there's people that go above and beyond to become chads at those specific killers, such as the crazy nurse players on computer. A lot of people are going to be burning offerings to go to Yamaoka and Badham, as those two maps have gotten the graphical overhaul in this update. However, their spawn rate is already increased for at least the week. That's usually what they do when either a new map comes or a map change. So the offerings aren't really needed. So don't expect to see much map variety in these matches. Unfortunate too, because Yamaoka I think would be one of the Blight's not so pleasant realms due to all the tall reeds and those tight spaces that he can't rush through. I think maps where he will succeed are actually big open maps, such as Mother's Dwelling. I think I said this already, but my first match was on Mother's Dwelling, and that was a lot of fun. There's not much obstruction, there's plenty of open space, and he can cover that distance fast. Other maps I think he'll do well on: Hawkins, Midwich, as it doesn't take that much for him to just bounce into a wall, get some speed, and then rev up his swing. Shelter Woods, the Macmillan realm in general, I think is filled with pretty open spaces, minus maybe Groaning Storehouse. And I do hate Shelterwood. It is my least favorite map in the game, but I can't deny. Might see some strength there. I'm seeing a good opportunity right here. Alright. Gonna go to the top right generator. I tried to hit something and it didn't happen. Yep. I don't know if Megan's awake, sleep. Actually, no, I want him on this side. Do I keep chasing or do I go for the generators? He's heading towards the structure. I'm gonna go towards the gens. Nobody over here. Waste of time. Alright. There's the Hex. Whenever someone goes near any totem, the Hex Undying, I can see their aura for a little bit. So now I know someone's in here, wrecking my stuff. Get off my stuff, woman. I saw Felix in the Killer Shack. I'm gonna threaten him a little bit. Oh no, I didn't. I must not know where the hell I am. I'm going crazy. I also love the way he picks people up. He just firmly plants all 6 fingers on their butt. It looks really funny. There's the hex. Oh, what's this? Oh! Quick cooldown, thankfully. Dead hard. Whoa. I even waited for a dead hard and I still missed. Could have hit that. Still trying to get my hexes, protecting this person. They seem overly concerned with the hex totems. I ran in the wrong direction. Oh, nice. Get the pallet out of her? Doesn't look like it. I'm not sure how his perks are going to fit into the meta of this game. Will she kill herself to get this totem? Hopefully not. Excuse me. The one that I'm thinking of the most would probably be the Dragon's Grip, the marking generator one. Because I feel that would work perfect on stealth killers. Did that generator get completed? What the heck? Oh yeah, because of the graphic overhaul, there's also just been general... Whoa. Whoa, I wanted to hit that tree and it didn't happen, so I have no idea where that dude went. Because of the graphical overhaul, they've also added the breakable walls into those maps, so some stuff isn't how it used to be, so there's going to be some confusion on both sides for a little bit. Alright. You won't see me complaining. Not sure where Meg just went. Lost her. Lost sight of her. Feel I could have swang, but I wanted to be extra careful, and that led to me not seeing her anymore. I don't know what this Meg is doing. Yeah, she's leaving. That's what she's doing. Alright, screw her. Ooh, the bubbles look different. What does this dude sound like? I've heard that sound effect before. I'm sure I haven't. I'm sure it's original, but it sounds very familiar this time. What are these breakable walls looking like? The ones they added to Freddy's map... I saw birds. The ones they added to Freddy's map are ridiculous. Straight up, he's not making this pallet. Yes, he is. Now he definitely doesn't. And now also there is no pallet there, so he's gonna have to run. Let's get a line of sight on him. Alright, he didn't make that very difficult. There we go, some value out of his power, finally. I'm really not liking these maps to this dude. It's unfortunate that as he launches, they increase the spawn rate of these, but that's just how life is. Did I? Hold on. I thought I heard someone in there. Nothing. They refined his hitbox a lot. All that sliding that you're seeing me doing is because I remember from the PTB, he would, basically if his model touched anything slightly, it would cause a collision. So it seems now they made it, the center of his model is the point of collision, so it's very easy to slide off of stuff, and I'm not accounting for that yet. As I'm still remembering how it was. I wonder if Calm Spirit will be a good counter to this dude's thing. She just ran into me. I heard Felix behind me. I'll leave him, though. He could have DS. Touch the generator. So I'm going to fly over there when I hit this ground. I'm heading straight over to Felix. Tried something, didn't work. That Felix plays weird. He sits at things. I tried to maybe get an angle to where I could shoot off to the right instead of directly at him, because that would be the obvious way I'd go. That didn't happen. I think that was the good play. Took whoever that healthy person is off of their objective to pick up tank, so I had no one working on anything. I think the last one, the healthy one, is a Battle Pass Meg. Who's running in for the save. Yeah, there she is. There's Feng. Juke. You notice how this grass makes no noise? I'm very tempted to try to use the power to get value, but if she doesn't have Dead Hard, she's not going to make this. Ah, she did have Dead Hard. Oh, there's the new Bloodless effect. Maybe a bit unnecessary, but safety first. Trust and believe, I am itching to use this dude's power at any chance given. But I play things very safe on this game. That's why with Death Slinger I barely shoot. Alright. Someone touches this, they're getting marked. Like even right here I want to use the power. What the heck did I just see? She dead-hearted, but lunged far enough to get her. That was cute. That was cute. It also feels really good to hit people with this power. There's a weird thing going on with hooks right now. You have to stand dead center to get them on the hook. Otherwise it blanks out. Look at that undying value. Look at that, man. What a perk. What a freaking perk. Felix is likely going for her right now, yep. Close. Feng's gonna stay on the generator. I'm gonna hit him, and then I'm gonna go back for it. There's a door there. That almost got me. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but it almost got me. That was funny. Ah, she ran over here. She F'd that up colossally. She could have slammed the pallet on me, but she didn't. DS me, dirty tunneler. Alright, good. This match probably would have been a lot more interesting if Meg didn't just give up. I don't know if Meg was dead on hook when she disconnected, but her DC unfortunately has made this match very trivial. I'm honestly surprised they're taking so long to do this generator. I feel like with this dude, you'll have a lot of silent pressure, in the sense that people expect you to run his perk. Oh, there's a pallet right there. That's a very interesting pallet. What if you just don't rush? Firing blindly. Ooh, she got mad distance off of that one. Thinks I'm gonna mind game it. She has Dead Hard. This is a very weak pallet. Yeah, she knows, so she's just running from it. Pallets like those, if you don't get the stun, you don't get anything out of them. So she has no options. Wow, okay. These doors look interesting. It looks like you can only get into the building from one side. Okay. Well, they finally got that generator. Good for them. My guess, Felix is in this building, or he's still lingering over here. How weird. Yep, what did I say? Isn't that perk good? Look at that, man. It's gonna do nothing. When the Blight does that, when I was playing Killer, unfortunately, I didn't go up against many Blights, which is very surprising. Looks like people have really already dismissed this dude. What I imagine you need to do in a situation like that, because nothing's ever guaranteed in this game, I think your best bet is to start zigzagging like crazy. Just shoot left to the right. Don't try to spin, though, because if you spin, you run the risk of him swinging very early and then you just being right back in the center. Because when you spin, right? Oh, I can't show you right there. But when you spin, you're usually running forward, right? And then you do a loop back around, usually to the left direction, and you make a full circle. If he swings early, your juke is going to land you right back in the middle for an easy hit. If you zigzag, though, he has to wiggle to the left and the right with a pretty weak lunge, so his chances of missing are a lot higher. Also, what do you know? Back-to-back to Adepts. Good stuff. Breakable, yeah, a lot of Feli are going to be running his 3 perks to get their Adept. Survivor Adepts always being much easier than Killers. But hey, 2 in a row. I think I'll just keep this up to an hour, as I usually do. I also really hope... I wonder how loud that is in the mic. I'm drinking Pepsi through a straw, and I realize my mic is right on my mouth. I hope I'm not giving you too much ASMR. But if so, too bad. What's it called? Yeah, I hope I get a different map, frankly. Do you have any offerings? There's something very, very funny about the one map offering I have on this dude being for Midwich. Midwich is my second least favorite map in the game. Shelterwoods being first place. But I think this dude would actually find some success in Midwich, which is very upsetting, to be honest with you. Of his perks, I'm actually seeing good value from all 3. From the games I played before this, the 2 matches I played, I got Dragon's Grip value. I was one-shotting. I've had Hex Blood... I keep saying Blood Flavor. There's too much L. Blood Favor. I'm probably just going to give up and just say Blood Flavor. I've gotten value out of that. There was one moment at the Killer Shack. Someone went for a basement save. I put them on the back hook in the basement. Hit the Rescuer, which prompted the pallet upstairs to be blocked. Down the Savior. Before I went for the trade, I then put pressure on the person they just rescued. They went towards the pallet and not the window, and there was no pallet there. Unfortunately, I hit them too early, so... Excuse me. Oh, yes. Haddonfield, here we go. Unfortunately, I hit them too early, so borrowed time still went off, but if they didn't have BT or I waited just a couple seconds longer, would have been a free down because the pallet was completely blocked. Also makes for downs on pallets to be a lot safer. Usually, you know, when you're in a coordinated team, people will sometimes find themselves down to right on a pallet or just wait at a pallet. With that Hex, you hit someone, and the pallet's blocked for 16 seconds, so there's your perfect opportunity to pick them up, stare at the pallet so you don't get flashlight saved, and bang, pallets are no longer a fear. Dragon's Grip value is on Rotten Fields. People trying to be real cheeky. I think a dude had Calm Spirit because I didn't hear a yell, but he ended up being the person that was exposed. One shot at him, and you've been seeing the Undying value. Oh my god, that... Auras on totems. There's only 5 totems, man, but you'd be surprised. That is some crazy value. People hiding right next to them. Freaking beautiful perk. So it's really nice to see 3 killer perks that are all actually seeing use. The devs and killer perks have been something else, man. What were the last two killers we got? Deathslinger and Pyramid Head, I believe. Deathslinger's perks are incredibly niche and bordering on useless. Like Gearhead, what's the point to Gearhead? Pyramid Head's perks, Deathbound's cool, I guess. What are the other two? Trail of Torment, kick a gen um, so you can't be undetectable. There we go. Kick a gen for undetectable, and Forced Penance, which is just funny. But this dude, the Blight, 3 perks that actually are seeing use in games. Alright, here we go. Haddonfield didn't get any graphic update. Dude's very mad in his idle animations. Alright. Ooh, look at that FPS. Looks crisp. That was very interesting. Now, I won't be the first person or the last person to tell you that Haddonfield is a abysmal map. I freaking hate this map. It's probably my 3rd least favorite map. I believe I just saw someone vault that window. Maybe. Oh, Haddonfield, how I love thee. Oh. What, do you have Sprint Burst? This is how you use Sprint Burst, y'all. See what I mean? His power is very good on those corridors. That's why I'm saying Hawkins and Midwich would be pretty good. She messed up. It was kind of hard for me to hit that hedge, but it got done. I wonder when Haddonfield's going to get a graphic overhaul. What generator was being worked on? The one on the floor, right? Get this free hit. Hit the generator. Typical Nia trying to spin me. I could keep pressure on this chase, but I'd rather get perk value. I'm going to rush back to the hook. Interesting. When I hit that wall, I didn't know where I was. I'm not gonna lie, it's like I hit a wall in real life. If I knew that Nia was sitting right there, I would have had a lot of free pressure earlier. Unfortunately, I have to respect Feng's DS. Even though she might not have it. Dwight tried to block, didn't happen. Whoa. With the drop in FPS, it's very hard to count for it. She definitely doesn't have DS anymore. Could put her in the basement. I won't, though. I'm gonna put her on in the open. Get this girl off my totem as well. As she got to it too late. She's invisible. Looks like the entire team is here. She'll have to drop this. I know Dwight's sitting right around here. Yeah, too obvious. So now that I have him injured, I'm just going to pick her up. Anyone that comes there will have to time this absolutely flawlessly. Otherwise, it's going to be just a trade. Timed it perfectly. Nothing else to say there. That is perfect timing. Very hard to hit that. Let me see. Oh, I wanted to try to rush upstairs, but didn't get the angle. That cooldown iffiness is really messing with me. Oh, Haddonfield. Why is that fence in skeleton? Do you see that? I think if I swang earlier, I would have hit her. Alright, thankfully this girl is a derp. I think I saw someone run off to the left. Is there a pallet here? There's no pallet here. Alright, so this girl's dead, which will benefit me greatly. What generators do they still have? Alright, so it looks like my Undying perk is gone, but I still have the Blood Favor. 1, 2 in a house, 3 in a house. Okay, so depending on if they do these 2 gens on the ground floor, which they likely will do at least one, basically can't pressure these generators. Welcome to Haddonfield. Oh, excuse me. Balance? No balance. Alright, what's it gonna be here? Honestly, I thought he would have dead hard. Until I waited till I got right up on his rear. He didn't have dead hard, or if he did, he got exhausted on the ground. If there's a window here, I'm not going to put him here. Alright, there's a window that can be open right there. Not that window up, the window across. Very strong window. It makes this basement many times worse than it could be. But when this window's closed, this basement turns very dangerous. If the window was open, I would have put him in the back right there. Alright, another DC. I don't know if there's a issue with the game servers or something, but when I was playing Survivor, hoping to versus the Blight, I had at least 3 matches that the match wouldn't start. One had an infinite loading screen of death, doom, and despair. The other had, I guess, the killer or someone DC while the match was loading. But it seemed too, I don't know, convenient for it to have just been an unfortunate disconnect. It seemed almost like it was regular. Could have probably rushed like I did with the Fang. If he has DS and he runs into a locker, I'll just eat it. Yeah, I'll just eat it. This is the House of Pain. Let's see how he does this. He messed up. That's the House of Pain. He could have done that much better. He ran that too one-dimensionally. He just tunnel vision in a straight line. Didn't consider me cutting him off at all. Not sure why either, because let me check and see if these stairs are still see-through. They aren't on... Yeah, these stairs are still see-through too, so there was no reason he should have went down that quick there. The sound of wet nastiness is very cringe-inducing. I tried to rush over the hedge, didn't work. Haven't tried add-ons with this dude yet. Whenever a new killer comes out, I never use add-ons. Some of the add-ons on him, specifically one with like adrenaline or something, it reads very weird. And it's a green. Maybe on this last match, because this next match will be the last. I'll try add-ons with him. I don't have all the add-ons yet. I don't really save up blood points for killers. I have to sneeze. You'll have to give me a second. Oh god. That felt really good. Alright. So, since my Undying's gone, but I still have Blood Favor, that means I have a Hex and a Adult Totem, right? Or just one Hex Totem, that being the Blood Favor one. Who knows? Trying to get a feel for his curvature. throws a temper tantrum like Gorgon. Let's see how far our one rush goes. A little bit further than I thought. I thought it would stop at around the end of the truck. We got past the truck into the middle of this tree. Let's see if with all 5 I can reach the end of this Haddonfield hallway. Or street. I don't know why I said hallway. We're outside. Considering that only took 2 and I'm already about 40% to the end of it, I'm pretty sure with all 5 we could. So there's no doubt that the distance this dude can cover would be tremendous. I did not mean to hit the wall twice there. That second bounce was completely accidental. I'm always going to call this dude's weapon a Hazel Pick, straight from Dark Souls 3. That's what it reminds me of. Also, there's a gemstone in it. I'm pretty sure that's intentional. I wonder what the lore is. I haven't read up on this dude's stuff. Maybe I should do a narration before I end this video. In fact, I will. $25 for the rush. 50 for more. Okay. So as he gets to the end of it, you really can't turn that much. Like, look. Okay. Weird. It's not like Oni's. Yeah, it's not like Oni's. Super weird. We have 3 killers in this game now who have a weird, speedy curve mechanic. We have Hillbilly, the OG, Oni, and now this dude. Alright. Like, look, I'm gonna shoot to the left as soon as I press the left trigger. That's what I got. Weird. Very weird. As you can tell, I'm not looking for the hatch. I really don't care. I'm just trying to get a feel for his ability right now. I feel that would be the smartest way to use this free time. Well, there's Nia. I guess she didn't hear the hatch. If I see scratches, well, she's dead. Well, it still don't matter, so let's get some more training in. I'm trying to do twists at the beginning of it, but it's not letting it happen. He shoots off too immediate. It's too fast. Too much velocity. Whoa. Figure this dude will be very good at keeping gates protected because he is ridiculously fast. Ding, 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 ding. Then he slows down and then he can attack all the way up to the end. Oh god, that cooldown needs to... They need to fix that because it is a mess. I'm not letting her go, by the way. I'm sorry, it'll take me a while to not find that funny. It's like when Ghostface grabs them. When Ghostface grabs them, he scoops them up by the butt. This dude's really similar, except this time he just places this giant 6-fingered hand on their butt. And it has a goofy sound effect to it, too. Okay, I'm trying to feel these twists. I feel like after I get the hang of the twists and the initial velocity and everything, then I'm going to have to go onto his lethal right for the attack itself. Because as you can see, that is extremely limited. I tried wiggling it to the left and the right, or the right to the left. The right and the left. There we go. And that was tricky. Alright. Do one more. Spend some blood points. Finish the match. Kill all 4 of them. Get a hate message. And then I'll narrate his bio, because why not? Bonus content. You get bonus content if you watch all the way to the end of these long videos. People are saying, people are already dismissing him, saying he's in the same tier as Clown. I don't know. I feel like any killer that has mobility is automatically better than a large majority of the cast that doesn't. I.e. Trapper, Base Wraith, Clown himself, Leatherface. When you have killers that can cross the map, Demogorgon, Oni, Hillbilly, Freddy, especially Freddy, they're already shooting up a lot of tiers. I said I would try some add-ons, right? I don't have much time, so let's see what we have here. I'll check that purple if I have time. Gain the undetectable status effect while rushing. That's cool. That's the weird one. Look at this. Can barely turn. Comes back very fast. More rushing. The maximum look angle while rushing. That's, excuse me, weird. This also, this is interesting. Compound 7. Automatically face a near survivor within 16 meters after a slam. I want to try this one. You know what? I'll try 2 browns. Because that's weird. I really wonder how this plays. Now, what I'm thinking it means is automatically face, right? Does it do that for the entire duration of you standing still after a slam, or only initially? That's what I'm thinking is going to either make or break that add-on. Let's see. It is a brown. This wouldn't be the first killer that his brown add-ons end up being the best. Demogorgon, rat liver, what's the other one? Rat liver, rat tail. Yes. Very interesting sounding add-ons. Do this, get some lore in, and then go back to entertaining myself by clowning on that game. You know which game I'm talking about. I love that subreddit so much. Alright. They didn't send a map offering, right? Please give me a good map. Autohaven usually has the most competitive matches on this game. I have no idea why. That's just how it is. Totems are going to be easy to spot. I'm going to go straight ahead. I know what he sounds like! Yo! He sounds like that beaver from One Night at Flumpty's. That's what he sounds like. Or no, not the beaver. When the enemies jump scare you in that game. Does anyone remember that game, One Night at Flumpty's? The first one. When they jump scare you, they have a... which means when you die, they have a really funny sound effect. And that's what his thing sounds like when he's rushing. Limited angle of attack. Right back on her. She's not looking behind her. Yeah, she was looking behind her. If she was looking behind her, I would have contemplated maybe she's going to try to juke, but she wasn't looking behind her. Always check for anyone trying to be cheeky. See where these scratches led off to. Okay. No point wasting the last one. So there's someone at this building. Thing is, though, they're not doing me any favors. They need to get out of here. Tried something cheeky there. Unless he's going for a trade, he really needs to get out of here. Because he's just killing the girl. He's not going to go for the save. He's going to let her reach stage 2. Oh, I thought I saw someone there. Alright, well, Nia is now dead on hook. Very smart right there. Not letting Nia rush by it. Taking that weird pathing. No point in using the ability here. He's running into nothing. Excellent spins. I'm actually going to go pressure this generator. I'm going to leave him on the floor. Try to get through there. Yeah, no window here, so no reason not to just go over there. I'm preferring generators to hooks right now. See if he does. Oh! I had to press RT immediately. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure if the Compound 7 is working right now. I'm really not letting the game do anything for me. I'm still controlling everything fully. I saw scratches going off to the left, so that's where I'm gonna rush. Alright. Aha. This will be a trade if she goes for it. No one's chatting on these hooks. I don't know why they're both here because there's no pallet over here. Oh, there is a pallet right here. They got 4 generators, no reason to sweat. I like this dude's music too. There's Compound 7. Whoa! Okay, 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 I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Where do I want her? Well, she messed that up. Okay. Okay, I was seeing Compound 7 there. It was, if you noticed, I was looking at Felix, you know, with my own eyes, but the game was telling me to go after Claudette with the add-on. Let me see that again. Let's try to get more value. Very weird add-on, and I like it. Okay. Okay. Real Patty Fresh. Hopefully that person goes to a position where I can use his power. I want to see it in action a couple more times. Alright, alright. I'm going to save my rush until I see this person. Which is probably going to be at the hook. But I won't sit there. Yeah, it looks like he's killing himself, so giving this person the best opportunity to live. Alright. I want to see this add-on. Because I only noticed it at the end, and it seemed funny. It also seemed to have worked through walls, so my brain is going crazy right now, thinking of stuff. What happened? Never a drive. Can I please see this person? Please. Make a sound. Yes, good job. Let me see. Ah! Okay. Well, you saw it there for a split second. By the way, I really hate people that do that. There is no point in sitting at the hatch. Yes, you made it out. Good job. Good job. Just leave so we can go into the next match. Saw it for a second. Before you... Wow. What the hell? I almost de-ranked. What did I do? What the flip? Okay. Anyways, saw it there for a second. Automatically faced the nearest survivor within 16 meters after a slam. He was in the open, I slammed into that wall, and it locked me onto his position. So I could have launched LT and went straight for him, no needing to angle or anything. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now that's 59 minutes, so that's the end of that. I'm going to have a brain fart, that's what I'm going to do. I'm seriously drawing a blank right now. Oh, finally, there we go. It's 60 minutes. That's the last match I'm going to do for this. I'm going to do this bonus content now and read lore, because that's what I am now, a narrator. What do we have here? Also, I really like this background. It seems old. I feel like I've seen this one before. Maybe on the Halloween event. That's what I'm probably thinking of. What do we have here? A wall of text. Okay. This is the dude from the first tome, huh? Alright. Let's see what we have here. Look at his mouth. Will this dude ever eat again? Does he have teeth? Oh god, he does have... are those teeth? Ugh, god. Let me stop looking. The Blight. Backstory. To understand the human condition, one must rise above it. This was the... I'm already seeing words I don't understand. Who's working at behavior to be pulling out this Harvard vocabulary? This was the something of Talbot Grimes. A Scottish chemist. I'm barely 2 sentences in, and this is already funny. A Scottish chemist whose unrestrained ambition took him to towering heights. As a boy, he was a popular child, bright, charismatic, and unafraid to challenge authority. Yet despite his social graces, he was fiercely independent, spending much of his time exploring the sprawling fields near his town alone. What began as a child's curiosity nearly turned deadly after experimenting with a patch of poisonous foxglove. That's one of the add-ons. See, I'm already piecing things together. I'm a detective. For days, he laid in bed dripping with sweat, purging any food that touched his stomach. When he recovered, it wasn't fear that gripped him, but fascination. There was something magical in how a single flower could so drastically affect him. Affect, not effect. One day I'll learn the difference between the two. Into his adult years, his ambition developed as quickly as his questionable methods. He attended the London School of Medicine and excelled despite several reprimands. His willingness to push the limits secured him a position with the British East India Company, and within 7 years, he was made head chemist. Well, good for him. In time, he completed one of his greatest achievements, a chemical that could increase a worker's productivity while reducing their need for rest. He was rewarded with a secret laboratory beneath a prison camp on Dyer Island. Talk about making... wow, talk about moving up in the world, huh? Okay. I'm trying to scroll and it's skipping 2 instead of 1. There, off the coast of India, prisoners from the Opium War became his unwilling subjects, leading to a drug that allowed soldiers to withstand incredible amounts of pain. Though most side effects were minor, there were rumors that a small number of soldiers went mad. In feral states, they massacred villages, impaling the populace on bayonets, leaving them hanging from trees. There were no official reports on the subject, and Talbot, I don't know how to say his name, refused to blame himself for what could only be exaggerated war stories. I like this violin. Though his callous brilliance seemed unflappable, he was ignorant to the enemies his questionable work had amassed. The realization struck him quite literally, with a steel pipe to the back of his head during a trip to Mangalore. He was bound and loaded into a wagon. When his blindfold was removed, a sickly man showed him a mass grave filled with hundreds of bodies. Unbeknownst to Talbot, his productivity-increasing drug had killed nearly an entire factory's worth of workers. He knew he couldn't defend himself against the anger and accusations of his abductor. All he could do was curl up as the blows from the steel pipe rained down. His body was thrown into the grave and left for dead. Shifting between consciousness and the darkest black, he crawled for an escape. Fingers sinking into rotting flesh. Black flies feasted on his uncovered skin, the sensation of 100 pinpricks stabbing into him. As he collapsed, he came face to face with a dead woman's dazzling hazel eyes. Too weak to pull away, he could do nothing but witness his life's work. Well, things turned bad very quickly for him. Then, from the edge of death, he was brought back. He found himself on a small bed as a kindly wrinkled face looked over him. With each pained breath, he was nursed back to health in an ancient mystery school posing as a monastery. In verdant gardens behind tall, unassuming walls, monks studied forbidden text, striving to expand the human mind in the search of other dimensions, believing one to be connected to the other. Uh-oh. They're trying to uncover the entity. The Nia. Talbot's knowledge proved indispensable, his mind-altering chemicals integrating seamlessly with theories of neural expansion. He realized then that his salvation was no coincidence. He was plucked from the pit specifically to advance the school's knowledge. He agreed to help until his recovery was complete, being tasked with researching what the monks called the soul chemical, a compound derived from the pineal gland that could open the mind's eye. What began as a favor to his saviors soon became an obsession. Poring over the school's archives of lost texts, he uncovered scientific formulas that confirmed previously unthinkable ideas. He dreamt of ushering humankind into a new period of enlightenment. Perhaps then, the nightmares of hundreds of dead factory workers and of those two hazel eyes would fade from his mind. We're reaching the conclusion. Please stop skipping 2. I'm trying to only go down 1, and it keeps going down 2. It's messing up my freaking narration. As he came closer to a breakthrough, the demeanor of the monks shifted. The gentle smiles they offered were paired with uneasy eyes that quickly darted away when spotted. The polite conversations he was once privy to turned to hushed murmurs. The last thing he would see of the school was the cracked ceiling above his head, branching like a dendrite through plaster, whatever the heck a dendrite is. What the flip? It's skipping. His next memories were a shattered mosaic of images and sensations. Smearing lights, horse hoofs on cobblestone, coarse burlap scratching at his cheeks, and sharp bites into his arm. He woke ragged and unwashed, splayed on the straw mattress of an opium den, mind in a dense fog. His first thought was of his notes, the only record of his groundbreaking revelations. He searched frantically, scrambling through the dingy basement, pleading aloud for help. The few other denizens looked up from their hammocks, offering nothing but drug-soaked eyes and apathetic gazes that soon fell into half-slumber. Before he noticed the robed figure appear behind him, a needle plunged into his arm, and the world disappeared once more. This dude's whole life is just about being roofied, huh? Awoken. Again. Each time hazier than the last. He tongued at hollow gaps between his teeth. How long, he wondered. A faint memory returned. The soul chemical. His notes. The verge of a breakthrough. A faraway whisper entered his mind. He fumbled with a stone. I have to burp. He fumbled with a stone, sharpening it with shaking hands. In the dim light of the den, amongst the catatonic occupants, he carved his research from memory into the walls. He wrote for hours until his fingers bled, moving to the floor, taking in everything the voice whispered despite his inability to comprehend it. When there was nothing left to write, he gripped the stone and carved the message into his chest. Stained with blood, he witnessed a miracle appear before him, a magnificent field of lush, orange flowers. There we go. The whispered voice beckoned to him, urging him to enter the field and discover worlds and dimensions beyond human comprehension. For a moment, Talbot felt the sense of wonder he possessed as a child. Final paragraph. Thank God. The denizens of the opium den awoke to silence, the dry scent of smoke still lingering in the air. Shambling out of their drug-hazed fog, they found the stone floor wet with blood. Tiny never seen this word before. Rivulets coursing through the cracks, as eyes adjusted to the darkened room. The jagged lettering scrawled along its length began to appear, written over and over without end. There was but one single line. Death is only the beginning. Excellent. I wonder when we'll see him in the next battle pass. Well, that's really about it. I'm gonna end this and upload it without issues, I pray. What happened to that jaw, man? I can't find it anything but funny. It doesn't even look scary. It just looks sad. I can just imagine him trying to eat something and it's just not working. Why is it glowing in there? Anyways, that's it for this one. I don't know when I'm going to do the next one. What the next one's going to be. Why does he have 6 fingers, man? Too many questions. Let me end this nonsense. How the heck? There we go.